How you doing, everybody? Tim from Ski Rex Media once again, and look what he's coming at you with. Straight up asking, straight up saying, are skiers and snowboarders going soft? Kind of a random question, I know, especially since we're here with the spring quickly moving through spring. We're going to be into summer anytime now, so the summer season's going to be starting for those who can get their turns during the summer, be it indoors, plastic, or up in the high mountains where the snow is still kicking around. And those guys aren't soft. Those guys and gals, they're walking up these big ass mountains to get to the little bit of snow that's way up at the top. There's nothing soft about that. But where the idea for this topic came from, and it's kind of a shot, not really taking shots, but it's kind of a shot at the tryhards, maybe some of the haters, and we all know how I feel about people who act out those kind of things. It comes from a story that's been in the news yesterday, maybe the day before, maybe just today, but I think it was yesterday. That Waterville Valley up here in New Hampshire, also on the Indy Pass, has announced that it is replacing its White Peaks Express lift, its main quad chair that was built in 1988, put up in 88. So that was a while ago, 33 years ago. The White Peaks Express lift is being replaced. It's being replaced with a detachable 6-pack bubble chair. One of those fancy chairs with the nice windscreen. You pull your bar down and you got this windscreen. You're in the bubble and it looks like a bubble, hence the name bubble chair. That's why we get called bubble chairs. And there are those out there who completely diss the bubble chair, man. They do. Now, I've never been on one, honestly. These things get put in after I've started skiing somewhere else over the years. So I have not been to a place that has one, and when I have been to places that do have them, I have not skied in that area that particular day. But people take shots at these all the time. The real wannabe real skier peeps who think their way is the way and they go big or they go home, which is fine. But that whole try hard thing, that thing where, what you're doing that's stupid. This is the way to do it. I'm real. I am skiing. It's like, dude, you're not. You just do it different, right? Right. So people take swings at these things all the time saying, what kind of shit is that? I've never even seen one. I don't even know what that is. You're lying. You do know what it is. You probably maybe you haven't seen one in person, but you know what they are. You're just bullshitting. You want to look tough. But for me, do I really think this means skiers are going soft? No, and the tryhard guys say it's soft too. What kind of wimps ride a bubble chair? Who doesn't want the wind in their face and all this other stuff? Let me tell you something. Saying the bubble chair is stupid is like saying skiing with goggles is stupid. And I don't think any of us would agree to that at all. Have you ever skied with your goggles off or at least wearing a pair of sunglasses? Like, it's stinks getting that stuff in your eyes, especially if it is a shitty day, if it is snowing, and that's not necessarily a shitty day, but it doesn't feel good in the eyeballs. And then if it's not snow, if it's like ice, hail, rain, garbage, like, it sucks getting them in your eyeballs, hence we wear eye protection. It's much easier to see, if it's a sunny day and you have tinted sunglasses or tinted goggles, makes it so much easier to see. Goggles are just where it's at. They're not stupid, and they don't mean it's soft. In fact, for that, it's actually kind of a safety thing, if you think about it. No, the bubble chair does not make anybody soft. If it's up there, it's not like necessarily people ask for it. Some people do ask for it. Some people love them, I'm sure. But putting the bubble down, that's just like having a windshield, or the goggle example. But I'll do another example, having a windshield in your car. Of course, you could drive without it, but if the option's there, take it. And again, this is coming from someone who's never ridden one. I don't know how cool they are. I will probably be getting on this one because it's not set to be done until 2022. So, but Waterville Valley is not far from me currently. I would like to check that place out. It's on Indie Pass right now. It was added this year, likely to be there for next season. I ride the Indie Pass, hashtag Indie Revolution, and I'll be checking that out. Plus, it's home mountain, or at least it was home mountain to Jumpin' Steve from Peace and Pow. So shout out to Steve and Peace and Pow. He was out west a bunch of this winter. I don't know if he's out there personally. I haven't talked to him for a while, but I think I'll have to check in with him coming up here one of these times, man, because he's an all right guy, and I like Peace and Pow gear, and I want to see what he thinks about it. Like he teaches there, so and he lives around there. Like I said, I don't know if he's out west permanently, but for him, I don't know if he thinks it's cool, thinks it's stupid, why he thinks it's stupid. Again, I don't think it's stupid. It's just another lift. It's just another chair. It's just another chair with an extra piece of equipment on it. It's no dumber than those chairs with the screens in them. Some people say, "God, what do we need that for?" And I see their argument with those. It does seem like technology is now encroaching too much in our lives. And I kind of agree with that sometimes, even though I'm speaking to you across the internet, one of the greatest pieces of technology humankind has devised. I shouldn't say greatest. Greatest isn't the word, but most popular actually would be the best. One of the most popular, well-known, most used pieces of technology in the modern world. Here I am talking to you about it and saying maybe technology, I'm using it and yet saying that maybe technology's encroached too much in our lives. But the screens, they do have a place. How much easier is it if you need mountain information? Now, and for years and years and years, you use either at the bottom or at the top. Now you can pull out your phone. You can get the trail map if you need, if you're not sure where the hell you're going. I mean, you could just wait until you see the billboard map up at the top, the big sign map, which pretty much every mountain has. You could do that, but say you want to do it right there. Great. You want to check the weather? Great. You want to do a slew of other things. Believe me, the chair ride isn't always the most productive, except for the social part of it. Obviously, you can make new friends, you can talk, you can goof off, you can do whatever. Plus, you're only on there for a couple of minutes, which I have another point about the bubble chair with that too. But the screens, maybe they are a little silly. I don't know. I've never used one. I don't know if it comes in handy. It could very well be one of those pieces of technology that, people hate on and hate on and hate on, and then they use it and they're like, all right, I get it. Don't hate until you've tried. We all know that. They try to teach us that when we're little, and then as adults we forget. But the bubble chair, man, honestly, people who hate on this thing, I don't get it, because again, all it is blocking out weather and sunshine. That's good for me. Goodness, on a sunny day, I gotta this year I really didn't have to put on the sunblock because I was fully dressed, which is good, but my face was covered. I had my goggles up here, my helmet covering all this, and then the mask, when, on a normal year, I only have the mask on if it's wicked, brutal, windy, cold, but you need it. You need the sunblock if you don't have that mask on. And then in the spring, once your jacket comes off and you're down to t-shirts that you can get at the new Ski-Rex Media merch shop, available through skirex.com or skirexmediamerchshop.com. Quick shameless plug there. Once you're down to t-shirt skiing, you need your sunblock, and it's nice to be able to pull that bubble down, I'm sure, and get a little break from the sun. I love sunshiny days. I love nice days too, but my skin does not like those days. I do not have the greatest skin. I have to put on sunblock. I suggest it to everybody. I could tell you about when I lived in Las Vegas and was wearing it damn near every day just to go to work, and I worked inside. But living in Las Vegas was the only time I had a consistent tan, oddly enough. But that's a whole other story. I don't think it's a question of being soft. And again, this is really just me taking shots. This is for fun, this episode. And it is taking a shot at haters and tryhards who are like, bubble chairs is fucking stupid. It's just a chair, dude. If you don't like it, don't put your bar down. And I don't know if the bubbles can actually come down independently of the safety bar. I don't know. I think it's part of the safety bar. But they might be able to come down independently. Just don't use it. It's there. Who cares? Who cares? Why are we talking shit? I don't know why we're talking shit, but because people talk shit in one way, I can come on the podcast and talk shit in another way, and we can all have a good time with it. But I see the beauty of them. That's what I was getting at, the blocking of the sun. And besides, we're only on them. That's what I was going to say about it being a few minutes. You're only on it for a few minutes, dude. If you think about your whole day riding chairlifts, just add up the time lift versus on the mountain, man. You're not on the lift nearly as much as you are on your feet. I don't think, maybe, I doubt it. I don't see how that's actually possible to be on the lift more than on your feet. Well, all right, on a specific day, maybe. If you were to get on a day with the lift shut down and you're waiting up there for evac, then I can kind of see it. Then you might be, but that's only if it's all day and then the mountain closes. Because even if you sit up there for an hour, let's say it was like at 9 o'clock and you get off at 10 a.m. and you're not completely scarred from having to wait for a lift evac, then you can start skiing again at 10 and have that many more hours on your feet. Right? I don't know. So yeah, don't. Again, this is mostly just to have fun. I have talked to people who have trashed the bubble chair and said it's stupid and it's for rich folks, and it's just showing that skiing is getting softer and snowboarding is getting softer, and nobody's really hardcore anymore. And I'm like, dude, it's just a chair. It's just a chair, and for Waterville Valley, it's a big deal because it's another commitment to their improvement strategies. They've been for a few years just building up their snowmaking, working on stuff, technologies, and working on stuff on hill. I've actually never been there. This is all stuff I read. But they're working on the mountain. They want to keep it awesome. And this is part of that. Plus 6 people per chair, just running people up. Like, I looked at the stats of it. There's a couple, it can run a lot of people per hour. And that's part of it. Like, get people up the mountain quickly and safely. Then we all get more runs. I just see it as a beautiful, wonderful thing. And if you want to make fun of the bubble and people who use the bubble, that's fine. I wouldn't. In fact, like I said, on a super sunny day, if I've, just taken a break from having to put sunblock on for 5 minutes, I mean, I'm going to have it on anyway. But to have it beaten down, that's a beautiful thing. To have the wind out of one's face is a beautiful thing. Think about it. Like, if you take a break during the day and you go inside, because on the brutal cold, brutal windy days, that can take a lot out of you. That really can take a lot out of you, out of any one of us. So you go in, you rest up, you catch your breath, but like, all right, I'm warmed up, put everything back on outside. It's kind of like that break, but for 7 to 12 minutes, probably, depending on how long, any given lift is. Some of these high-speed lifts, they fucking move. They are quick. So you might not even be on it 7 to 12 minutes. You might only be on it 5 if it's not the longest lift in the world. And I don't know how long the lift ride for the longest lift in the world is. So that was kind of stupid of me to say, but I think you understand what I'm getting at. Getting that little break for a few minutes from the wind and the cold and the sun and the biting ice, if it's icing and all that other shit, that could actually make for a better day. It's like I say, don't knock it till you tried it, man. Like, those little screens, they might come in handy. The bubble might come in handy. I've never ridden either. We don't have screens here in the East yet. Those are going at the place. Those have gone up at places out West. Bubbles we have a couple, around here, and I haven't been on them, but they do exist. And I will check them out. And I think Loon still plans to build that 8-pack chair. So that's something to check out. And again, more people up the hill, even faster, is more runs for everybody. So I see no negatives in it. Shout out to Waterville Valley, like I said, the home to Jumpin' Steve and Peace and Pow, and it is on the Indy Pass. In fact, a few of the PAs, when they were up here from the Pennsylvania contingent, shout out to some of my top fans, they at least 1 or 2 of them, I think, I can't remember offhand, went to Waterville Valley because it is on Indy Pass, and we all had an Indy Pass, and they were able to check that out and said the place was pretty awesome. They really enjoyed it. So there's that, and now there'll just be more to enjoy because they'll be getting people up the mountain even more comfortably. I will say, I will give the haters and the tryhards 1 point about, maybe this is too plush, maybe this is for the elites, because I think, if I read it correctly, the firm that's designing the chairs actually is like a subsidiary or a partner of or part of the conglomerate. It's Porsche, as in cars. Like, the company was either started by the person who started Porsche back in the day, or designed something when they designed the 911 was part of the company. I don't know, but they're Porsche seats. Do you like Porsche sports cars? I'm not fond of the Porsche, not at all. Well-built car, but not fond of it. Porsche engine is, as far as I remember, but who the hell knows if I know what I'm talking about on any given day. head would come off. Oops, bumped the microphone. Sorry about that, everybody. Just ignore that. I even know I pointed it out. Who knows? My head come off. Like one of these days, I'm gonna get home from skiing, be walking around the house, and realize my head is still in my helmet. It's bad, scatterbrained, whatever. But again, I don't remember exactly offhand. I should have wrote it down. But yeah, at some point, the somewhere Porsche has some connection to the seat design or maybe the bubble design. I don't remember. That's kind of plush. It's just design. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, GM could have designed it. It's just a car company design. It means nothing. Maybe Ford Motor Company. I don't know. Because I don't remember the actual connection. I just looked at it, but this story is in places. You can find it. But yeah, it's coming, and I think it's great. And no, I don't think skiers and snowboarders are going soft. You're as soft as you want to be. If you want to make the sport soft, make it soft. If you want to go hard, man, go hard. If you want to go big, go big. Do it your way, but don't hate on others for doing it their way, and don't think your way is better or cooler. There is no wrong way to do it outside of technique. Obviously, there are the proper techniques for the sport, as there are with any sport or anything other skill that we have. But it's fine. People are going to make jokes about it. It's a shame because it's just a chair. It's just a chair, and it could be a very cool thing when you try it. And I'm going to try it eventually, since I'm hoping Waterville Valley stays on the Indy Pass. And as long as I stay in this area, it's not far away. Hour and a half, maybe. Right? Right. That'll be a quick one. We'll try and keep it under 20 minutes here. We're at the 17-minute mark, so I'll try and keep it under 20 minutes. Let me know what you think about the bubble chairs. If you think I'm an idiot, or if you think they're stupid and you want to defend it or not defend it or whatever, let me know. Also, let me know if you enjoyed this podcast. There's many ways to do it. Excuse me. Through the Ski Rex Media social media channels, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Do all that. Ski Rex Forever with the number 4, Ski Rex number 4 ever at gmail.com. You can write to that. I have gotten some emails through the website, skirexmedia.com, and I'm just realizing they were going to the wrong place. So I might have something. I might answer you. I might, now that I know where they're going, and I can actually send them to the right place. So that was something I just realized. And with all that, like I plugged earlier, the Ski Rex Media merch shop is all brand new. You can find that through skirexmedia.com or go to skirexmediamerchshop.com. It has its own domain, so it's easy to find, and it's easy to find anyway. Also, if you did enjoy this podcast, please subscribe. If your preferred outlet for the podcast is follow me, subscribe to me. Definitely rate if that's an option. I have had 5-star ratings on iTunes, Apple Podcasts, right? Had it all. Also, if you like this one and you like what I'm doing, you want to see me do it somewhere else, go to skibumcatpodcast.com, the highfalutin ski bums. Brian and Mario got to talk to Brian because Mario was sick. And we got to chat a little bit about Vermont in this Vermont ski season, what I witnessed while I was here during the season of COVID. So the Vermont COVID ski season. I do know that we just announced that the ski season's lost about $100 million across the state, which has took a real kick in the balls to the state's economy, but we knew that was happening because everything did. Will they be able to bounce back? That's the story, and that's something we'll look at as the summer progresses, and we'll see what comes along in the fall and winter. Right? So, skibumpodcast.com for that latest episode. You can't miss it. The graphic is so obvious who they're talking to, and it's such a wonderful thing because they incorporated the Hermitage Club in it. And, me and Brian, we talked extensively. I don't think much of it got recorded, but we off recording, we talked about how much I'm just so disappointed in Haystack becoming the Hermitage Club and the Hermitage Club just becoming a shithole. But whatever. Go to Ski Bum Podcast, the Highfalutin Ski Bum Podcast. I was on that show this week. It just came out yesterday. That'd be Monday. Today is 420, so happy 420 if you participate. And this will be coming out tomorrow, Wednesday, the 21st. Right. Check all that out. Go to the description. It's all down there. If you've stuck around for my bullshit, maybe I think most people probably leave. Like, I should probably do this stuff at the beginning, right? Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, have a good rest of your day, week, and we'll see you next week. And Highfalutin Ski Bums, and shout out to them, and check out that episode with me. And I think that's it. We're not soft for riding bubble chairs, man. We're just riding chairs, right? Right. And keep your goggles down, and wear your sunblock, and a whole bunch of other stuff. I'll see you on the next one, guys. Laters.